Hey there, everyone, and welcome to my full walkthrough of Zork 2, The Wizard of Frobos. This is a super old text adventure game developed by Infocom, and it's the second in a series of 3 games known as Zork. And the first one, Zork 1, The Great Underground Empire, I already have a walkthrough posted on my channel, so I would advise you to check out that one first. Not because of story purposes or anything, because the story isn't super prevalent, but mainly because it'll teach you the mechanics and how these text adventure games work, and it'll give you a better understanding. However, it's not necessary. You can just roll with this one if you want. We're currently inside the barrow, which is where the first game ended, and from here we can move forward and try to defeat the Wizard of Frobos. In the first Zork game, the thief was the guy who was running around messing with your items, stealing from you and attacking you and things like that. However, in this time, it'll be the wizard who occasionally will show up randomly, cast some annoying spell or something, and then disappear. So the problem with that is that there are cases where he can basically render the game unwinnable or just kill you instantly. So I would recommend saving as often as you like, just to make sure that you can restore and then carry on playing. The problem with that is the DOSBox emulator lets you save. For example, if I type save and then I just give a random letter or something like that, and then restore and then put in the same letter, it'll restore me to where I was when I last saved. However, if you reload the page or close the tab or something like that, I'm pretty sure it just gets erased. So you do have to leave the tab open while you're playing. If for some reason you're playing this on original hardware with all the floppy disks and everything, and that's how you save the game, uh, good luck. May God have mercy upon your soul. Anyway, let's begin inside the barrow. We'll take everything here, which is the lantern and the sword that we used in the first game, and then move south 3 times. Southwest to the ford, south again, don't worry about this turn in the dark, and then we'll go southeast directly out of the dark area to the north end of the garden. Let's head inside. There's a bunch of items in here. We don't need all of them, we just need the teapot right now, and then we can head out. However, I would like to point out this white object, so let's examine white. And it's a unicorn. And the unicorn does have a gold key around its neck, so that's a clue as to something we need to do in the future. Let's head north, turn lamp on, I guess, and then northeast, I guess. We can fill teapot with water here at the ford and then head south. Southwest twice to the carousel room. Now, the problem with the carousel room is that the whirring sound that you hear in the description is that the room is spinning. So whenever you try to leave, if you type in a direction, like we want to go southeast, but we might not wind up there. In this case, we wound up directly north. And then if we try to go southeast again, then our goal is to get into the riddle room. This only works like a very low percentage of the time, like 30% or something. So less than half the time you'll actually go where you want to go. So I would highly recommend pulling up a map online of the Zork 2 game. It'll show you exactly where you are, and you can see that the carousel room is right near the middle of the map, so you can use that to help you out. Anyway, now that we're in the riddle room, you can see that there is a riddle here, and we have to answer it correctly to pass the door on the east. And the syntax for this is weird. The answer for the riddle is just well, but if you say answer well, it doesn't take it. So you have to put it in quotes. And that's it. Let's head east, take the necklace, and head east once more to the circular room. Now this puzzle is interesting because it is the bottom of a well. So we can get in the bucket, and you know how wells work. People raise the bucket when there's water inside the well. So we can pour water into bucket, which is why we needed to fill up the teapot earlier, and then we get to the top of the well. So we can stand and then head east. Now, the tea room, we have all of these cakes, and we can examine them. So if we examine the green one, it says green, but if we examine the other colors, then they don't say anything yet. We can't read it because it's too small. So for now, we'll just eat the green one, because that's what you always do when someone gives you something for free. Not really, don't do that. Anyway, now we're in the post room. You can see that the posts are actually just like the table legs from the tea room, and we've shrunken in size. And there is now a passageway to the east, which was formerly a crack that we had no hope of getting into. And as you can see, this is a pool. And there's a flask, and the flask is poisonous, so that's a hint. Do not go into the pool, or else you will die. The problem is there's something in the pool that we need, so we can examine red through flask. That's the red cupcake. Or read red through flask, maybe? Alright, it says evaporate. So if we throw red into pool, then the pool evaporates and we can take the candies inside. Now let's read orange through flask. Man, I just suck at typing. Explode is not good, so let's just get rid of that right away and then read blue through flask. And that says enlarge, which is how we get back to normal, so let's just go back to the post room and eat blue. As you can see under inventory, we still have the candy, we have the necklace, we have the teapot, and we have the sword. From here, we want to go northeast, and here's a low room. So let's read this piece of paper. That'll give you very strongly characterized instructions. Very humorous, actually. The general tone of this game is much more humorous and magical and stronger writing than the first game. The first game was kind of just like there, and there were a few small things. But when we read the paper, it did drop it into our inventory, so we need to drop the paper so it doesn't take up valuable inventory space. However, it does tell us how to command the robot, so we can just say robot east, and then it'll go east. Oh boy, here's the wizard. I can't tell what spell he casts, so I'm just going to keep going. Anyway, machine room. This is where the spinning of the carousel room is controlled, so we can stop that with a robot. So robot, press round. That decreases the spin, so it increases your chances of going the way you want. And then robot, press triangle. And then the triangular button switches the spinning from the carousel room to the low room, I think it was, directly west of here. So basically, to go back to the carousel room, we have to pass through this low room again. But once we do that, we never have to come back here again, which is fantastic. Anyway, robot south to the closet, and there is a suspiciously beautiful crystal sphere here that we kind of want. It's kind of essential to beating the game, and we can try to take it, but we'll just get locked in a cage thanks to the magic alarm company, I guess. However, we do have the robot here, so we can just say robot lift cage, take red sphere, and that's it. If we look inside the red sphere, then it gives us a hint as to what we need to do next. And as you can see, very interesting. There's a keyhole with a key inside of it, and you can see that we need to probably unlock that door and then open it to get to where we need to go. But that's all we need to do for here, and this is the low room. And if we try to go southeast, we can eventually get back to the tea room, head back west to Toppleville, get in bucket, and then fill teapot with water to lower the bucket once again. Stand, drop teapot since we don't need it, and that's all we need from this area. West twice to the riddle, and then northwest back to the carousel, and because it's no longer spinning, there is now a steel box. So if we open box and then take violin, that's kind of cool. If we go southwest to the cobwebs, there's a string that we'll grab and then continue southwest. There is a lizard who's not having a great time being stuck in a door, but we can give candies to lizard, and that'll put him to sleep. Now, this game does have a little bit of treasure collecting in it. I think there's 10 treasures that we need to collect over the course of the adventure, but it's not the main focus of the game like it was in Zork 1. Zork 1 was all about the treasure collecting, and that's how you beat it. But this one, the treasure is just a means to an end to defeat the wizard. So this is close to where we'll eventually need them, so I guess we can just drop violin, the red sphere, and the pearl necklace, and all of those can stay here. Now, I would like to point out that the wizard is kind of a problem, so I'm just going to go ahead and save, and then we'll go and get that door unlocked. So from the carousel room, I'm going to go east, north twice, and then inside the gazebo again. This is where we need everything else from here. So we're gonna go ahead and take all this and then out, south, west, southwest, north 3 times, and then up once. This is the tiny room. This is the door on the other side of the vision we saw in the red sphere. So we know the key is in the keyhole on the other side of the door, and we have items to get rid of it, or recover it. So let's put Matt under the door, open the lid for the keyhole, put the letter opener in keyhole, take the mat, and then we can take the key and the opener back, unlock door with key, open door, and then we just need to drop the opener and the key because we won't be needing either of them in the future. Here is a blue sphere, and if you haven't noticed, we will be collecting colored spheres in this game. There are 3 of them, so this is number 2, and they are essential to defeating the wizard, which is why we need them. So let's look in the blue and see if it gives us a clue. It does. It's not very helpful. It's actually speaking about the inside of an aquarium, but we have no idea where an aquarium is, so that's fine. Anyway, back to south to the tiny room, down, south to the marble hall. I'll take the brick and then go south to the chaos room, southwest twice, back to the door, and then we'll go ahead and drop the blue, and I guess we'll drop, that's it. We only need to drop the blue. We're fine on inventory space. Let's go northwest from here, north, and then I'm going to go ahead and save, just in case something goes wrong. And once we go north to the dragon room, you'll see that he's kind of an issue. We kind of need to get rid of him. So let's kill dragon with sword. It doesn't work. I wonder why. But if we leave, then the dragon will follow us, which is what we need to have happen. So if we kill dragon with sword again, then he will continue to watch. We'll go south, and then we'll kill dragon with sword one more time, and then go west. Now this is a huge paragraph that you can read if you want, but basically the dragon goes into this ice room, he sees his reflection in the ice, he tries to burn it because he thinks it's another dragon, and then it turns into water and kills him. So, not only have we killed the dragon, we've also cleared a path to the west from the ice room that we couldn't go down before. Anyway, we need to go back to the dragon's den or whatever right now, and then head north from the dragon room, and then there is a princess here, and you know how it is in fairy tales, you have to kiss the... Oops, almost said the wrong thing. Let's kiss the woman instead. And now the princess will thank us for rescuing her, and then we will have to follow her. So we'll wait one turn for her to leave, and then you just follow exactly what she does. So south, east. If there's ever a situation where she doesn't leave, just wait one turn, and then she'll leave. And then we'll do that. South, east. Wait once more. Oopsie, east. Wait once more. North. And then we'll go into the gazebo. Once we're in the gazebo, we'll wait a few turns, and then now finally the unicorn will appear, the princess will be friendly with it, and then we will take the key from her. She also gives us a rose. You can smell the rose if you want, but we don't need it, so we're going to drop it for inventory space. And if you check our inventory, we do have a gold key now. So if we head out, southwest, 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 we can unlock door with key and take everything here. Or not. Inventory space is a bit of an issue. But if we open the door and then go south, Wizard's Workshop. This is the sneaky little area that the wizard lives in, and it's kind of crucial because we're going to be doing a lot of things here. Here in the wizard's workroom, you can see that there are 3 pedestals or stands, ruby, sapphire, and diamond. I wonder what those could be for. If we go west, here's the aquarium that we saw in the vision. As you can see, there is a serpent in the aquarium, so you have to throw the sword at glass. If you just break it, then the serpent will just bite you and you'll die. So you have to make sure that you're a little bit away, so you throw it instead. Now we can take the sphere and head east. I'm going to go south to the pentagram room, and then drop necklace and key, and then go back up to the guarded room and try to take everything here. Hey, it worked. Okay, let's go back to the workroom. We have all 3 spheres on our inventory here, so let's put the red on ruby stand, put blue on sapphire stand, and put white, I guess it's white or clear, put clear on diamond stand. Interesting. Now we have a black sphere, so we're going to take this sphere. And now that we have the black sphere, make sure you have it on you the entire rest of the game, because when the wizard appears, he will no longer be able to attack you. He'll just be afraid and then run away. So hopefully we'll see that soon. Anyway, I'm going to go south here and drop the violin because we don't need it. And if you check our inventory, we are all set to do some fun activities. All right, let's go north, east, north, north, northeast, northwest, north, west to the fresco, and then west to the bank. Now, the bank is a very annoying puzzle, which is a little weird, and it doesn't make a whole lot of geographic sense. So I would recommend pulling up the map again at this point just to see what's going on. We need to go either northwest or northeast. I'm just going to stick to the west side because it's functionally the same. So we'll go northwest to the West Teller's room, and to the north is a viewing room, but we need to get into the vault. So let's go west from here into the safety depository. And as you can see, there is another piece of paper. There's also a cube in the middle of the room, so we can read the lettering on the cube. And I also would like to call out the wizard who just appeared. Notice that we have the black crystal and then disappears. So he will no longer bother us. So let's read the lettering on the cube, and it says vault. So we need to get inside this impenetrable cube. However, we will notice that the northern wall is just shimmering light, highly suspicious. If we read the paper, read brochure. Read brochure. Oh my gosh. Brochure. Barely readable. Valuables are completely safe. Advanced magic. Teller pops in, seems to walk through walls. Suspicious. Let's drop the brochure so we don't have the inventory. And then let's, I guess we can go south from here. Chairman's office. The thing is, we need to take this painting and then head north. If you walk through the northern wall, when you come in from the teller side, then you'll just go back to the viewing room and leave the bank. If you walk in from the chairman's office, you'll go to something called the small room. So if we walk through north wall, then we'll go to the small room. There doesn't appear to be any exits, but we can walk through the south wall, which is sort of intuitive if you're looking on the map. And now that we're back in the safety depository, we can walk through north wall again. Basically, to get into the vault, you have to enter the safety depository from the small room and then walk through the north wall. It's a little weird. It doesn't make a whole lot of geometric sense, in my opinion, but we can take the Zorkmid bills. I'm not complaining. And then to get out, we walk through north wall again. And once we're in the safety depository, we do need to drop the bills in painting or portrait, because if we try to leave, an alarm will go off, and that's no good. So we'll just go into the West Teller's room, go back west to the safety depository again, take the bills and the painting, and walk through north wall. And because we entered from the teller room, we'll just go straight to the viewing room, and we can go south twice, or south once, I mean, and that's the it. That's the end. Very nice. Anyway, now we can go back south, southeast, southwest, south. And we'll go ahead and drop the bills and the portraits here in the pentagram room, and that's all we really need to do, I think. I'm just double checking that we have everything. I have this string, I have the newspaper, I have the matchbook, and I have the brick. Very nice. All right. Let's go ahead and leave here. West from the carousel room is this interesting thing called room 8. And this is an important location for Zork 3. It's not super important here, but we'll use this glue repellent much later. I do want to go back to the ice room, so I'm going to go northwest and then west from here. And then the dragon opened the path to the west to the lava room, which is cool. Here we go. There's a ruby. We can get that on the way out because this is kind of an out and back adventure. And volcano bottom. You'll notice this large basket with a cloth bag. And the interesting thing about this is it's actually just a hot air balloon. So if we get in basket and then open receptacle, which is the heating receptacle used to heat the air, put newspaper in receptacle. Oh, oops. Put newspaper in receptacle. Light a match. Burn newspaper. And read the label. read label, you can see that it's the Magic Balloon Company. Everything seems to have to do with Frobos for some reason. Anyway, land is an important command, no warranty. Anyway, this is very similar to the raft on the river in Zork 1, where you have to wait turns to progress down the stages. So let's go ahead and drop the label because we don't need it anymore, and we are now at the volcano core. So we'll wait one more turn, and then you need to get to a volcano near small ledge. We'll type land, and then we'll type tie rope to hook to keep the balloon from going anywhere. And once you do that, it's safe to stand and exit. On the floor is a Zork mid, so we'll go ahead and grab that. Go south. If you open the purple book, you will notice a stamp, so we'll go ahead and take that too. The books here are interesting. You can read them if you want on your own. I'm not going to. So let's get back in the basket. That's all we need from that ledge. Get in basket. This game has pretty nice humor. I appreciate it. And we'll untie rope. And that'll let us continue going up if we wait a few more turns. The wizard appears floating to the side, and then he notices that we have the black crystal and leaves. So we'll wait again, viewing ledge, wait again, wide ledge, and you have to land this turn, I think, or else you'll just float out the top of the volcano and die. No fun. So we'll land, we'll tie the rope to hook, and then stand. Now we can go south to the dusty room, and there is a suspicious hole. So looking at our inventory, we can put brick in hole, put string in brick, and then light a match. Now we're going to burn the string, and the brick is actually just an explosive and not a brick. So once we burn the string, we will have to immediately go north. And as you can see, just casually at the end of the room description, it says there's an explosion nearby. So we'll go back south, and you can see that there is a box, and it's now open, so we can take the crown. We can also read the card, and it says, "This room was constructed over very weak rock. Do not detonate explosives." Oops. Anyway, let's flee north, and this is a little bit time sensitive, so you have to immediately get in the basket, untie rope, and then close the receptacle. That will smother the fire, so now instead of going up through the volcano, we will go back to the bottom. So let's wait, and as you can see, there is a ledge collapse. So we just got out just in time. We'll wait a few more turns until we are at the volcano bottom, stand up, and then we can now drop the card and the matchbook because we will not need either of them anymore. Alright, where am I? Volcano bottom. We need to go north, take the ruby, east once more. And I did remember we forgot something in the dragon's lair. There's a chest here, this is the same room the princess is in, but you can't grab this chest while the princess is there. You have to make sure you take care of the princess first, or else you won't be able to get that key. So let's open chests again, and then take statuettes. I think that's all the treasures we need. So let's head back to the wizard's area and go here. Let's check. So we have the violin, the key, the necklace, the ruby, the statuette, the crown, the stamp, the Zorkmid. Am I missing something? Oh, the bills and the painting. I think we're good. We just need all 10. So now that we're in the pentagram, we can put sphere on pentagram. And now begins the summoning of the demon. So this demon is going to help us defeat the wizard, and we've summoned him with the spheres and creating the black sphere. You can read all this if you want. The wizard's not very happy about this. He's trying a bunch of useless nonsense spells, so that's kind of funny. Anyway, we need to give the demon all of our treasures in order to get him to obey us. So we'll give demon statuette, give demon ruby, give demon crown, give demon stamp, give demon Zorkmid, and let's look at the room description. We'll take all. Give demon painting, give demon bills, give demon violin, give demon the key, give demon necklace. And that's it. Now, we simply tell the demon to do something just like we told the robot to do something earlier in the game. So we'll do demon, give me the wand. and that will defeat the wizard. There are a few other options that you can use to tell the demon what to do. One of them is just to straight up kill the wizard, and that's funny. But I'm trying to remember others off the top of my head. I can't. So I usually just have him give me the wand. Whatever gets you the wand at the end. You'd need the wand to progress. So we'll take the wand, and we're almost done, actually. If we go north, then east, then north, northeast, north again, then northeast, back to the carousel room, we'll go west now and pick up this repellent, which we now will need in the near future. So directly south from here is the Menhir room, and they're basically just large stones. So we can point wand at Menhir, say float, and then the big stone will float and it'll open the passage to the southwest. So southwest is a kennel. We'll take the dog collar. It's almost like we're going to be seeing a dog soon, and we need to put the collar on the dog to tame it or something. I wonder. Anyway, we'll go northeast back here and then go south. Now this stairway is towards the end of the game, and we want to go down here. Now, this is another very frustrating and confusing puzzle that a lot of people have problems with, and it's an oddly angled room maze type of deal. Now, the thing is, you kind of just want to go east and west, and then look out for this room description that says a long wooden club lies on the ground near the diamond-shaped window. That is what you are looking for. Just leave it there, and once you see that, you know you're at home base. I would like to point out that this oddly angled thing is actually just a baseball diamond. So it's really weird because it kind of like relies on your understanding of American baseball to even have a clue of what to do here. And other than that, it would just be trial and error trying to get this diamond-shaped window to light up. And traditionally, apparently, like the pitcher always faces west or something, so that's how you know the orientation of what to run. So it goes southeast, and as you can see, the window should be lighting up northeast, northwest, and then southwest again. And we've just run a lap around the bases and scored a run, supposedly. And you want to see in the room description the window which is glowing serenely. And once you do that, you know you're done and you've opened the stairwell downward. Now we just need to get back to the room with the stairwell in it, which is a little bit hard. Originally we went east, so we'll try going west, but sometimes you just can't go that direction, so try south instead. Just try any direction you can, and then hopefully you'll find the stairwell here. You should have no problem with this, but I would recommend like saving beforehand just in case. It's always a little finicky how this little puzzle works. But anyway, now that you've done the whole baseball running around the bases, scoring the run thing, there's a stairway down again. So let's go down. And then we have our good friend, the Greek mythology dog. We can talk to him, we can do whatever, but it's not very nice. But we do need that collar. If you forgot to grab the collar, you can just go up twice from here and go back and get it, which is actually pretty useful. But anyway, put collar on dog, and he's happy. Anyway, we can now go east, I believe, into the crypt anteroom. And, can we open this door? We can. Okay, south to the crypt. And here there's no apparent exit, but we do need to apply repellent to me, and then turn off the lamp. And then as you can see, there's a secret doorway that's being lit up now, so we can open secret door. And now I could just go south to the landing. This is the top of the big staircase that you start Zork 3 at, and that's the end of the game. So if you've reached this point, congratulations, you win. There are a few really tricky puzzles like the bank thing and the oddly angled baseball thing. But yeah, that's about it. I hope to do Zork 3 in the future. I'm a little rusty on that one, so I'll have to remember it a little bit before I make that video. But yeah, very quick and easy. Zork 2 is definitely better than the first one in my opinion because it does give you a little bit of a sense of an objective, defeat the wizard and then escape. And it's a little bit more charming in my opinion. So I enjoy this one a little bit more than Zork 1. I think it's really cool and I like playing these old text adventure games. They're fun. Anyway, thank you very much for watching. Hopefully Zork 3 will be up in the future at some point, and happy text adventuring.